right? As some of you guys know, every once in a while I do playthroughs where I go through the codex kind of thoroughly, but this playthrough we focus more on gameplay. And we'll stop to smell flowers, read emails, read the codex some other time. No, Axtar isn't a smell of flowers kind of guy. I definitely agree with that. Maybe we could chat with Morden. Hello, Flab player. Yes, this is live.
Shepard, how can I help?
Live from Finland. Up in the north.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Perhaps later. Trying to determine how scale itch got onto Normandy. Sexually transmitted disease only carried by Varen. Implications unpleasant. Anything else?
Exactly.
I'll let you work.
We'll be here if you need.
Alright, so Morden is unavailable until we acquire his loyalty. Elgato is a brand of capture cards, I believe. Well, capture cards among other things, possibly. I think it's the most common capture card brand or manufacturer. Hey, 1 kill quota, what's up, man? Long time no see. How you been?
Commander, can I help you with something?
Any thoughts on how to prepare against the Collectors?
They spec'd this ship to the original Normandy, but you were there. The Collectors cut her like butter. This armor just isn't top of the line anymore. People will die if we don't upgrade. Alliance had some new toys in secret dev before I left. I could try and pull a few favors.
Alrighty, Necro. That sounds pretty decent. Pretending to work. Yeah, I have a feeling that's what people do, especially the Americans who are on Twitch at this time. Usually when, you ask what they're doing, it's like, oh, I'm at work, but, I'm kind of twitching on the side. Don't tell anybody. Right. Ship enhancements. We can get it.
Commander, can I help you with something?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
Hey, Michael Anthony. Give your Xbox to your little brother. Aw, so I take it you guys don't live in the same place? Otherwise, I guess he would be kind enough to let you borrow it? I don't think we need to talk to anybody right now. Let's just go grab Jack. We could visit the Citadel, but I think I'll do that later. Or I don't know. Also need to pick up Kasumi. Maybe we'll do that first. Axtar was... He was on good terms with Udina. Not just Anderson. Or rather, Anderson didn't really agree with the discussion Axtar and Udina had at the end. I don't think I'll explore those planets. Let's just go. Still no fish. Ice. I think that is about to change. Moved out a while back. Oh, I see. Axtar doesn't need a locust, I would argue at this point. I mean, I have more guns than I know what to do with. Or, you know, I find some use for each of them, but still, if I had an SMG in addition, I don't think I'd find use for it that often. Presumably because he doesn't have a PC, Woodcroft. Otherwise, you know, he would be able to play. It's good to have you back, Necro. I think you've been around since you know, the very beginning of my career. It's nice to see that not everybody has disappeared to do live things, but that's kind of what you need to expect from people on the internet. Enjoy their company while they're around, and expect them to, you know, maybe not be around someday, and then maybe come back someday all of a sudden. I don't know why I'm bringing Morden. But we don't need to allocate any points or anything right now. Not gonna engage in combat. Hello, Zintax. I don't know. Yes, there is some tea involved, as you can probably hear.
Commander Shepard, enter the password and receive a free gift.
I have some coconut oil in the tea,
Got problems
so
with collectors? Try Kasumi's credit
I
services.
kind of need to stir it a little bit.
Please tell me your password, Commander Shepard.
You know who I am, Kasumi. I'm not here to play games.
I heard you were hardcore, Shep, but I figured you'd be up for some intrigue. Kasumi Goto, at your service. But you apparently already knew that.
Has Cerberus filled you in on the mission?
Honestly, I'm shocked they didn't come to see me sooner. My fault for being hard to find, I guess.
Yes, it's Kasumi. Oh yes. If you have, you know, the option to acquire coconut oil somehow, do it. It's like the best thing ever. Well, coconut oil is like the best fat out there.
What's with the password and the sneaking around? Are you in trouble or something?
I'm the best thief in the business, not the most famous. Need to watch my step to keep it that way. I also needed to make sure all this was legit. And I have no doubts now. You're the real Commander Shepard.
What makes you so sure?
There's a certain aura about you. Like you've seen things no one else has. Even without knowing what you looked like, I knew it was you.
Yeah, I agree. Rex checks. I actually got a little tired of always putting milk in my coffee. But yeah, you can try coconut oil in coffee as well. It's really delicious.
We've got a spot set up for you on the Normandy. Make yourself at home.
Looking forward to it. Haven't done this kind of thing before. Big mission, saving the galaxy. I'm really glad you're helping me out with the heist. Can't wait to see how you look in formal wear.
Unless you're stealing something from the collectors, I'm not interested.
This is part of my deal with Cerberus. Hear me out before you say no. I'm looking for my old partner's gray box. A man named Donovan Hawk took it, and I'm planning to get it back.
Yeah, butter is good too. And I love the kind of smoothness that coconut oil gives to tea or coffee or smoothies or whatever. You can put it, like coconut oil you can put in whatever. Literally anything you want. Unless it would taste really weird with a slight touch of, you know, that coconut flavor. It doesn't taste like much, but I suppose it does add a touch of, you know, flavor, something different.
What's this heist you're planning?
Not here, Shepard. You'll get a briefing when the time comes.
Yeah.
I need time to nail down the details anyway. I've taken the liberty of getting you some evening wear, though. You want to look presentable.
It's not a strong flavor, but yeah, it's a bit of a touch of coconut. Toast almonds. That sounds great. I'm gonna have to try that sometime. See, my Twitch channels are the greatest for all sorts of, you know, food tips.
If that's what Cerberus promised you, we'll get it done.
It'll be fun. And if we're lucky, you won't even have to draw your gun.
Alright, quota, catch you later.
We should probably wrap this up. You look pretty silly standing there talking to an advertisement. See you on the ship, Shepard.
Some things never change. Honestly, if I had a way to stream, to put my cam, you know, in the kitchen somehow, I would totally stream myself cooking stuff. Hey, what's up, JB and Phonix? Welcome aboard. But yeah, my whole PC, my whole office, and my streaming rig is in my bedroom, so I cannot easily stream anything else in the house. Like the bed is behind me, the red thing that you can see here behind my arm, and there's nothing else in the room. And Necro, you asked about my Shepard. Well, so far he's been a little mistrustful towards aliens. Yes, we have a Discord channel just for food. Many other channels as well, of course, but there's one dedicated to food. It was necessary at some point. So far, Necro, yeah, Axtar hasn't really been very trustful towards aliens. He never recruited Garrus in Mass Effect 1. Rex was shot on Vermeer, and the council died a little at the end. And Axtar kind of encouraged Udina to take over and go for a human-dominated council and all that. What else? No romance so far. Ashley was killed on Vermeer.
Keepers. Fascinating creatures. Genetic constructs adapted to work in Citadel. Couldn't survive outside. Unknown purpose. Wish I could have studied them. Had other things to do instead.
But Axtar doesn't seem, you know, negatively inclined to AIs. He was kind of excited to have EDI installed. A super AI installed in his ship. Yeah, he was hyped about that.
I'm sorry, sir, but I'll need you to remove any biotic amp you might be wearing.
What? Why?
Unfortunately, sir, biotics can be used as a weapon. The rules require me to confiscate all amps. Could you please hand over yours? Can I help you, sir?
To be fair, though, I mean, it was a very important mission, and Rex seemed very distracted. He seemed dangerous. And he seemed like he had an agenda of his own that he prioritized over, you know, over Shepard's mission. So I really can't blame Shepard for choosing to eliminate a potential threat. Because you can't know that it's gonna work out alright. If you played the games, you as a player know it's gonna work out alright. But
It's been a couple of years since I passed through here. Security seems to have tightened a bit.
Shepard can't take the
After
chance
Death Attack,
necessarily.
there was a review of security protocol. A few minor changes were made to reduce the risk of Geth infiltration. We apologize for the inconvenience.
You're wasting your time. Geth don't infiltrate.
Assumptions are dangerous. Be alert, be safe.
Must have xenophobia? I don't think so. I think there's many steps in between being mistrustful and actually, you know, being xenophobic.
Thanks for your time.
Next.
This recruits is a 20-kilo ferrous slug. Feel the weight. Every 5 seconds, the main gun of an Everest-class dreadnought accelerates 1 to 1.3% of light speed. It impacts with the force of a 38-kiloton bomb. That is 3 times the yield of the city buster dropped on Hiroshima back on Earth. That means Sir Isaac Newton is the deadliest son of a bitch in space.
It's
Now,
customary to listen to this too.
Burnside, what is Newton's first law?
Sir, an object in motion stays in motion, sir.
No credit for partial answers, maggot.
Sir, unless acted on by an outside force, sir.
Damn straight! I dare to assume you ignorant jackasses know that space is empty. Once you fire this hunk of metal, it keeps going till it hits something. That can be a ship, or the planet behind that ship. It might go off into deep space and hit somebody else in 10,000 years. If you pull the trigger on this, you are ruining someone's day, somewhere and sometime. That is why you check your damn targets. That is why you wait for the computer to give you a damn firing solution. That is why, Serviceman Chung, we do not eyeball it. This is a weapon of mass destruction. You are not a cowboy shooting from the hip. Sir, yes, sir.
Brilliant. Oh, well, Necro, I mean, I have a list of things I still haven't done in the Mass Effect franchise. And a glaring, you know, well, not oversight, but something that really needed to be amended was the fact that I had never done a playthrough as a male Shep. And also as a soldier. So I decided to just do them both at once. This is my first playthrough as a male Shep and my first playthrough as a soldier. So there you go.
Weapons detectors. Don't remember those from last time I was here. Upgraded security.
Shut it down. What? Do you seriously think? Yeah, okay. Sorry for the inconvenience, sir. Our scanners are picking up false readings. They seem to think you're dead.
I never paid attention to this guy's name before. Sergeant Heron. Alright, Iceman, thanks for watching. See you later.
I'm getting that everywhere. It's a pain in the ass. Who do I talk to about it?
Our station commander is just beyond the scanners. Out and to the right. He can reinstate your IDs.
You'll have to make him scream a little. He's not gonna tell you.
I know, sir.
If you don't have the stomach or you're worried about being reported, I can take care of it.
No, sir. I can handle it.
Well, that's a little... I don't know. Just because you're not... just because you're, you know, if you're into women, doesn't mean every woman you see is automatically a potential love interest. So, I don't think we can really say he turns bisexual all of a sudden. Maybe he just was not attracted to Shepard until then. In fact, that is what, you know. Unless he says, Shepard, I find myself magically, you know, bisexual now all of a sudden. Does he say that? I guess I'll just have to find out.
Yes, I see the problem already, Commander Shepard. My console says you're dead.
Perhaps he does indicate he doesn't have a history with men. But, you know, that kind of thing can happen to people. Let's actually...
Don't change it. Anonymity is useful on my current mission.
Sure, you're a goddamn hero. It's not like we have to worry about you smuggling guns in or something. I just put a block in
Backup systems engaged.
Officially, you still don't exist. And you won't get hassled by the security checkpoints. You should head up to the Presidium, though. The Council would probably like to know that one of their lost specters is still kicking.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible. Even if you're into, women, you might run into women who you do not have any romantic feelings for, and who it would just be awkward to go into any of that. Whereas some women might, you know, make you feel differently. And Jones, thank you for hosting. Welcome back.
They didn't make much
Alright,
effort.
I'm gonna
to
focus
confirm
on
my
this
death.
now.
I'll make about as much effort to tell them I'm alive.
Fair enough. But if you have any friends in the Presidium Tower, they might want to know you're all right. I heard you and Admiral Anderson used to be pretty tight. Anyway, something else you need? Or can I get back to work?
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
Yep, alright. Let's do some shopping. Finally. Wait, no. Axtar doesn't care about space hamsters. No space hamster playthrough confirmed. New challenge run. Fishies! I'm touching the fish. Yes, fish permadeath.
So what do you think?
If the fish die, the run is forfeit.
It's like a non-stop barrage of death.
If you can hit anything.
Necker, did you witness my last single-player playthrough? My fish did not die once, and I did not get the VI. I did not get Kelly to feed them. I took care of my fish, and they survived. Through it all. I normally gamble for real. I do buy ship models, but Axtar doesn't care about it.
Haven't seen a weapon like that in ages. I was working with the Grim Angels, a small outfit that saw action in the Verge. Came up against some Krogan, all armed to the teeth. Well, all except the Battlemaster. He came at us with one of those little pea shooters. Killed half my squad. Damn good weapon.
Which weapon is it? I see no weapons.
Human.
Alright, Luna. Catch you later. Thanks for lurking. Right, we get the hostile Etern Tyrann. This guy's disposition English for learners changes depending on the council outcome. If you kill the council, he doesn't welcome you.
I thought weapons were restricted on the Citadel now.
Thanks to your kind. We store off-site and deliver directly to ships. Customers never touch a gun while they're on the Citadel. Make as many laws as you like, human. We'll always find loopholes.
I'd like to buy something.
Then use the catalog kiosk like everyone else.
Tell me about your services.
I sell guns. I don't think humans need any more than they already have.
Feed the fish. No, I'll admit I was reminded to do it a few times.
I understand you sell hunting supplies. I'm interested.
Why would human scavengers need guns? They only strike when their prey is weak. Like that time the Citadel was attacked by Geth and you killed the Council.
As I recall, you had a fleet here to protect the Council. Sovereign blew right through them. Too bad your admirals didn't ask us for help sooner. At least you've got us here to protect you now.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that you're gonna help me by selling these weapons at cost. Because you know humans are the best defense this place has right now.
Fine. You've got it. Now buy something and get out.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I'm surprised
Go to
you
hell.
you can still get the discount. Very nice.
This looks interesting.
I'm gonna make sure we have enough credits for all the purchases we want to make. I think that's good enough for now. Alright, happy I bought things.
Have you tried
We're not gonna
Galaxy
smell
yet?
all the Citadel flowers. We have business to attend to. Overlays in streams. Well, I think the overlays I have are like the minimum of what I really want to show. I think the chat overlay is useful. And, well, I can't have captions if I don't have an overlay. And, yeah. As long as they're not too intrusive, large, oddly placed, I'm okay with them as well. So that's the reason I have some overlays on my own stream. It depends on your format. What do you value?
I hear this is the best place for food on Zakara Ward.
You heard wrong. This is the best place
And
for food on
where do you
whole
want the
Citadel.
focus to be? Oh wait, provisions. Let's just go see the council and then get out.
Shepard! Welcome back to the ranks of the living. I wasn't sure you got my message.
What did you want to see me about?
I'll be honest. I was hoping the council would be here for this meeting. I spoke to Udina. He never listens to me. Ever since he got the seat on the council, he thinks the stars shine out of his ass.
Yeah, there was a time when I had a kind of border around the game because I was worried about covering game elements. I was worried about covering subtitles and other, like, you know, gameplay elements like a command HUD or something like that. It just bothered me, and I wanted the game to be out of the way so you could see everything, and I used to keep stuff like around the game window. But that just started bothering me as well. So I went back to trying to keep it kind of minimalistic, but still let the game cover the entire screen. Twitter bad layouts. Do I need to check this out? Is it stream layout specifically? Actual stream layouts and overlays. I'm gonna check that out later. See if, I mean, I'm constantly looking to improve my own stream, so I kind of tweak my overlays quite a bit because I don't want to cover anything important. Like, for instance, right now, because I have the captions down there in the middle, they're gonna cover some the lower options of the dialogue wheel. But I can't really make the captions smaller, and if I put them anywhere else, it's just gonna look strange. So it's a trade-off.
What did you expect?
Alright, back to the game.
I don't know. But he should listen to me once in a while. An advisor isn't much use if you ignore everything he says.
I'm still not clear on why you wanted me to come.
There's been a lot of talk since you came back. Some of what I hear has been, frankly, a little disturbing. I wanted to give you a chance to explain your actions. Maybe get the Council to see things from your point of view. But they refuse to see you. You let the previous Council die during Sovereign's attack on the Citadel. They feel you'll always put human interests before galactic concerns. Rumors that you're working with Cerberus haven't helped. What are you doing out there?
What did you expect? You left me for dead. Turned your back on me, just like you've done to our missing colonists.
We thought you were dead. As soon as I heard different, I sent you that message. I know you, Shepard. I know you wouldn't work for Cerberus without a good reason. Something more is going on here.
There is some inconsistency in when Anderson becomes an admiral. I think there's some I seem to recall some discrepancies between the novel and the book, or something like the novel and the games, or something like that.
The Collectors are abducting our colonists in the Terminus systems, and I think they're working for the Reapers.
The Collectors? We hadn't considered that. There's so little data. They've always seemed like a fringe threat. If they're a front for the Reapers, this is big. But even that may not be enough to get the Council off its tail. Udina and the others have spent the past 2 years convincing themselves the Reapers don't exist. I tried to get the truth out, but they don't want to see it. It's just easier for them to accept Sovereign as a Geth warship.
Are they blind? What about Vigil, the Prothean VI on Ilos?
The VI in Ilos shut itself down. You're the only one who spoke to it, just like you and your crew are the only ones who spoke directly to Sovereign. Officially, the existence of the Reapers has been dismissed as a myth spread by Saren to convince the Geth to follow him. We both know the truth. But I've spent 2 years fighting that line, and I don't have much to show for it.
So I wonder what they thought, or how they explained how Sovereign was trying to interface with the Citadel. Oh well, I guess you can explain that away in a number of ways. Because imagine all the people on the wards. They must have seen, they got to see Sovereign, you know, firsthand. Sort of just, you know, latch onto the tower and do something. I wonder how they explain that.
The original council was made up of a bunch of blind, stubborn morons. The new council looks just as bad.
It's up to you to stop the Reapers, Shepard. I can't even toss you a symbolic title like Spectre. Udina keeps close tabs on that designation. He's decided it's just an invitation to go rogue. Fine way to show gratitude for putting him in the big seat.
I think I made my opinion of the council's blessing pretty clear last time around. Keep it.
Figured as much. But it should be yours to refuse. Doesn't feel like I'm able to give you the help you deserve. It's all up to you. I'll keep the Council and the Alliance off your back. Shouldn't be too hard if you're operating out in the Terminus systems.
Anderson, we need to talk about... Shepard, what are you doing here?
I got a long list of people I didn't want to see, and your name is right at the top.
The feeling is mutual, believe me. Your return is a bureaucratic nightmare for us. I'll have to make sure to speak with the rest of the Council and let them know I had nothing to do with you coming here.
You know they refused to meet with the Commander?
And you know they have good reason. There could be serious political ramifications. Anderson, I expect to see you in my office when you're done here.
What an ass.
Yeah, size. Although, if you consider the Citadel DLC canon, they did know. Go figure. You know, the when you approach the hologram with the Citadel and Sovereign, and it changes when it recognizes your Spectre status and all that.
Will Udina find a way to get rid of you over this?
I should be so lucky. But once he cools off, he'll probably decide to keep me around. Besides, there aren't any official records that you and I spoke, and Udina will want to make sure it stays that way. If I get fired, people will ask questions. So he'll keep me on and just sweep this whole mess under the rug.
Or maybe that's what you meant. That's the reason they do not go out and investigate the Veil.
I better go.
Of course, Shepard, I understand. I wish I could do more to help you. But if you ever want to talk, I'll be here. Just do me a favor and be careful. You can't trust Cerberus.
Yeah, although supposedly that's what Shepard was doing, right? After the battle. But yeah, I guess they didn't, you know, they didn't gather the masses to go check out the Veil or anything like that. I think we're just gonna head back to the Normandy. Go grab Jack. Udina is definitely one of the more unpopular characters, but I think is a good character. And yeah, as we know, the council does not go looking for trouble. That is pretty much a defining characteristic, or at least based on how they've handled situations before. They don't.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
They don't go out to start wars unless it's upon them. Let's check one thing. Yeah, see, there is a discrepancy even in this game. It says from Admiral Anderson, but then in the subtitles it says Captain Anderson, so I don't know. Is it ever mentioned, like, oh, you're an admiral now? I can't recall. I'd have to check the novels to see if there's if it's explained in there at some point, or if it's mentioned even in passing. I don't think Joker has a comment on this.
Commander, ever think about the old Normandy and the trouble we got up to?
Yeah, those seem like the good old days now, but come on, it was hell at the time. Geth, Saren, Sovereign, and then we got dumped. We're stuck in a weird place, sure, but back then it wasn't all sunshine and bunnies.
No, but I don't think a character has to be likable or, you know, good to be a good character. Otherwise, how could you ever, you know, like villains? A villain can be a good villain, even if you wouldn't want to be friends with them or hang out with them.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
And hello, Ninja Flips.
See you, Commander.
I hope you've been well. Welcome aboard. Yeah, Buddha. It would be awesome to get to colonize some new planet. Space travel. I wish that is something I get to experience before I die. Okay. We're coming for you, Jack. Hang in there. In your cryogenic stasis. Shouldn't be too hard. We're not gonna help Kasumi just yet. Normally I would make that a priority because locust reasons. But it's not a concern now. Yeah, Buddha, but they want like experts and stuff. They wouldn't pick somebody like me. And I don't think I'd want to go at this point. Like, leave Earth possibly forever. Alright, Necro, thanks so much for stopping by. I'll catch you later. You take care. Yeah, Buddha. There was a point when I was a teen when I was like, oh yeah, like if I got to go away to colonize a new planet and never come back, I'd do it. But you know, I don't necessarily feel that way anymore. And yeah, I don't think you set out to colonize Mars and come back. I don't know. I haven't really looked into that. You're too old to apply. Oh no. I'm gonna add Jacob. I don't think he's had the chance to fight alongside me yet. At least not many times. Yeah. I mean, it adds so much complexity to be able to come back from Mars, getting off Mars, getting back to Earth. Much easier to just gather a bunch of people who would be willing to not come back after they left. How about just taking these two? Let's do it. Gotta swap out that Vindicator real fast. If there are aliens out there, I doubt we would encounter them on Mars though. Unless we're talking about something else. Who did you pick and why? But I've tried numerous options. It totally depends on who that Shepard is. And why they would pick one over the other, or why, you know. You can also just pacify them both right then and there. You don't have to pick. Yeah, I've seen The Martian as well, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very enjoyable movie, I think. classic Miranda jokes. Poor Miranda. She's only appreciated for her looks.
Welcome to the Purgatory, Shepard. Your package is being prepped and you can claim it shortly. As this is a high-security vessel, you'll need to relinquish your weapons before we proceed.
I'll relinquish one bullet. Where do you want it?
Everyone stand down. Commander, I'm Warden Kiram, and this is my ship. Your weapons will be returned on the way out. You must realize this is just a standard procedure.
I gotta say, I expected a lot of the, you know, the femship hype to be a little biased. Like, oh, Jen Hale does a much better, you know, voice acting job, but I can't help but agree with that a little bit. I can't help but feel like, it sounds like Mark Mears is reading lines a little bit. I don't know, I think he could do better. I can't help but feel like Jen Hale has a different kind of presence and menace that fits my renegade idea of a Shepard better.
I'm not surrendering my gun. Period.
Let them proceed. Our facility is more than secure.
But maybe I'm biased because I've done so many playthroughs with
As soon
femship.
as the funds clear, you can be on your way. If you'll follow me to out processing for the pickup, Commander.
Let's go.
Cell Block 2. As you can see, we keep tight control over the population. Each prisoner's cell is a self-contained modular unit. I've blown a few out the airlocks as an example. The ship is made up of 30 cell blocks identical to this one. We house thousands of criminals.
Yeah, I
We can
think
put the whole place in lockdown on a moment's notice.
I think the work she did for Mass Effect
Nothing
2
goes wrong here.
is my favorite. I think she's brilliant in this game. I think it gets a little too intense, like she tries a bit too hard in Mass Effect 3. At some point, or at many points in Mass Effect 3, I don't find it as believable. I don't know. Like they try to put too much emotion into her voice, too much intensity. But I really like how Shepard is in this game.
Can you tell me about Jack?
Cerberus hasn't told you? Jack is the meanest handful of violence and hate I've ever encountered. Dangerous, crazy, and very powerful. You'll see soon enough.
Maintaining a population this size in space can't be cheap.
We can cut corners that governments can't, and each prisoner brings in a fee from his home world. These individuals are violent, and their home planets pay well to keep them here.
What happens if the homeworld doesn't want to pay?
We explain that we can't maintain the prisoner without their help, so we'll be forced to release him back onto his home world at an unspecified place and time.
So it's an extortion racket.
You don't have to agree with my methods, but don't question my motives. These are despicable people, and I'm keeping them locked up.
Let's get on with this.
Have you had any escape attempts?
We're in space. They have nowhere to go, and they know it. But still, we exercise extreme caution. These are dangerous individuals.
Or valuable.
We have many ways to control the population.
Who knows what people they keep in here.
I'm going to confirm that the funds from Cerberus cleared. Out processing is straight down this hallway.
Considering the events
Going past the interrogation rooms and the
that
supermax
will
wing.
unfold shortly. Suddenly you start thinking,
I'll catch up with you later.
you know,
Shepard.
what if they manage to catch other specters? What if they manage to catch other people who would just be valuable to other groups of people and haven't really done anything wrong that deserve imprisonment?
Commander, you
Axtar doesn't like the look of a Turian beating up a human.
There's no excuse for beating a prisoner who can't fight back.
This is a massage compared to what his victims went through.
I wasn't asking.
You're in a high-security facility with guns and cameras everywhere, and you're threatening me?
Those guns and cameras won't be fast enough to save you.
Is that right?
I told you to stop.
Call it off. At least for now.
We're done here.
Hey guys, over here. Let me ask you something.
Now processing's through the door on the far side of the room.
My apologies, Shepard. You're more valuable as a prisoner than a customer. Drop your weapons and proceed into this open cell. You will not be harmed.
Go to hell. I'll send you there myself.
Activate systems.
Watch out!
Let's bring out the medic.
Deploying tech overload.
Get over here.
Nice. Cryo ammo? Hell yes.
You're done.
I mean, it's super useful. And toggling between different ammo powers isn't that tedious. Fatal, thanks for hosting. Appreciate it. Fatal hype. Hello, Fatal. Welcome aboard. What am I using again? Boy, am I loose. You haven't even seen loose before this. I will teach you loose.
We are Legion.
Running out of ammo. I don't feel so brave anymore. Fort check. Thanks for following. Slow motion sounds. Alright, Fatal. Hope you enjoy the food. Hey, Zan, what's up? Hello. The slow-mo sounds are kind of hilarious. Yeah, you have several options. If your reputation is not high enough, yeah, you have to pick. And after that, you might have to up your reputation a little bit, but yes, you can restore somebody's loyalty even after the argument if you're not able to
Need to get Jack out of cryo.
to pacify them.
Enemies in front.
Yeah, you have to go talk to them, and they'll be mad at you, and you have to pass another reputation check to make them loyal again. Whoop. Why am I using the sniper?
Have a nice trip.
A need to find ammo. Yeah, you go talk to them. Screaming soldier. Yep. Screaming. Yeah, I was added as a quote as well. You must die. I will destroy you. Enemies everywhere. Hold the line. Rinse and repeat. I feel so sad for this technician. He's like... He's just helpless. Harmless.
If we hack that control, every door on the cell block opens.
It's the only way to get Jack out of cryo.
I'm doing it. Be ready.
Always do the 100% playthrough, right? Yeah, some things you will not, I guess, become aware of unless you change things up a little bit. But I understand not wanting to deviate
That's Jack?
from your standard story. It is story driven after all, so you easily get the sense that there is just one way to do things right. She melted real quick.
We have to get down there.
Backup systems engaged.
Thanks for hosting as well, Ninja Flips. I appreciate it.
Warning. Warning. Sounds like heavy fighting.
Alright, Buddha. Thanks so much for hanging out. I will catch you later.
This is valuable.
All guards, restore order. Lethal force authorized, but don't kill Jack. Techs, lockdown, lockdown.
Sectors 7,
Wow.
9, and 11 have lost life support. No survivors.
Jack is more valuable than me? He didn't tell them to spare me. I'm gonna use my sniper. No, wrong ammo power. Damn it.
I've got no shields.
Oh, that shot. Gonna switch to my Matic. You don't think you ever destroyed the Geth? See, it's the opposite for me. I never destroyed the Quarians. Okay, I need that guy taken out.
Get over here!
Defense systems active.
There we go.
What do you mean Geth isn't plural? You keep them both. Yeah, that's what I felt like doing my first time. But they try really hard to evoke your sympathies for the Geth in Mass Effect 3. To the extent where I thought they overdid it, and it didn't really work on me. I mean, especially during the consensus mission, you're supposed to start feeling like, oh, the Geth are, you know, super innocent and the Quarians are evil, but I don't know. For some reason, I always felt more inclined to support the Quarians. I don't know, I think they're such a cool race. I love them, especially after reading the novels. You get to know them a bit better in the novels, and I don't know. I like the Geth as well, but I think the Quarians are great. Hey Sean, welcome back. Let's see, can I create a save here? I'm gonna scavenge some ammo, even though you might be able to pick some up later. Nope, nothing here. Yeah, I simply didn't really buy it that that the Geth were so, you know, seemed so harmless, so kind. All of a sudden they had this inflection in their voice. They seemed to care so deeply for their creators. No, I would have preferred a different, you know, well, not outcome, I guess, but a different way to present their history. Or that wasn't. I still felt sympathetic towards the Geth, even without that whole thing. I still felt like I wanted to preserve them both. I felt like they both had the right to live. So it was just too much for me. Yeah. Alright, size. This is one of the points that I feel pretty strongly about in Mass Effect 3. That I will actually comment on it and say that I didn't really like the way they executed that whole thing. Nice. Alright, see you later, Park Ranger. Not sure what to call you.
No survivors.
Thanks for stopping by.
Enemies.
Have a nice trip.
Blue Suns. These guys are proud.
Time to die.
I don't think so. Let's switch to the sniper.
Perfect.
Jacob, don't venture too far now. Hey, Fuzzy, what's up? Welcome aboard. You think so? Yeah, I can see that. I think Miranda's game model looks more looks more like Mila Kunis than Yvonne Strahovski. Maybe because of the darker hair. Yeah, I think Motoska is aware of that. Help! How do I get out of cover smoothly? Go! Okay, I almost got wrecked there. That was... I was doing stupid things. We'll have to deal with another mech. Yep, I think, especially among gamers, I think that is mainly what Yvonne Strahovski is known for.
Here goes.
There's still a few mooks left, but they're not coming for us just yet. Just gonna make sure we can retreat. We may have to retreat further. Because the mech is gonna flank me otherwise. Come on, guys.
Right with you.
No! Well, Jacob is kind of secondary. Let's get a warp going.
This will put them down.
I can't get a right-hand advantage right now. Just gotta get the armor off. No! Hey, Brown. You didn't miss the entire stream, no. Let's switch to the Matic. Alright. Time to freeze you, buddy. Attack! It doesn't have a lot of health, but it's still nice to you know, to freeze it. How was your day, Brown? Welcome. Yeah, I use FFC for that as well. You can see the uptime underneath the stream, but not everybody has that, and mobile users certainly don't have any of those plugins, so it's still useful to have a bot command. That's right, hold still. Just gonna grab some ammo. Nice shot. See, Syntax, I don't really agree with that, because there's always people who can pretty much only watch on mobile, or who prefer to watch on mobile. And yeah, Ice, but that requires better Twitch TV. It's a better Twitch TV feature, I believe. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I decided to enable some emotes that require a browser plugin, but I want to restrict it to just one plugin, because I feel like Better Twitch TV is more common than FFZ, and I just don't want to enable a bunch of features that require extra plugins. So I decided one was enough. Nice.
Through my shield.
We should probably get Jacob on board. Motoska, I will have to check when I get off work. I'm sorry, I haven't actually checked that yet. I think that just leaves one. I could actually check that on my next break.
Find Jack. Full alert. Find Jack.
Nope, I do not. And it's not a reference to the coffee shop either. Congratulations, Estorma. You're the first person to make that joke. Kappa. Oh, I like this fight.
You're valuable, Shepard. I could have sold you and lived like a king. But you're too much trouble. At least I can recapture Jack.
Not happening. You're a two-bit slave trader, and I don't have time for it.
One has to wonder who would have bought me,
Things civil governments are unwilling to.
or
This
Shepard.
is for the good of the galaxy.
Maybe the collectors? I wouldn't be surprised if a guy like this had dealings with the collectors. But yeah, we do not know of any potential buyers. Oh, really? Whoa, get back. Okay, I'm gonna head over here, destroy. Shit, I'm stuck. Gives me a good view of the next one. Just don't get killed, you guys. No! Crap. They're getting overwhelmed. Watch out, Miranda. Oh boy, they're both dead.
Incendiary fire ready.
Come on, get in cover.
Right behind you.
No! Crap! Why can't you take cover? There. Ah, I would have needed Miranda for this. The Shadow Broker? You think the Shadow Broker would want to purchase Shepard? Perhaps. Whoop. Am I being flanked? No! They're both down again. How is this possible? Useless. Well, I could just target the Warden. Alright, guys. One more chance.
Understood.
No. What is Jacob doing over there? Pugs. Exactly. Miranda, please. Stop this madness.
Taking cover.
Okay. Alright, Jacob, that's alright. That's alright. Just stay there. Don't get killed. I'm gonna start grinding down the Warden. We could get flanked. We just gotta be fast enough. Alright, incendiary, go! Oh, that was incendiary all along. Oh no! I'm out! There. Cryo time! Yes! I don't think I've ever fought him, or approached him from the right before. It worked well enough. But apparently your squad mates struggle with taking cover. I don't know, maybe it was just bad luck. Yeah. But the collectors, I believe, were the buyers in that case as well. I'd have to look that up though.
What the hell do you want?
I'm not... Yeah. Off the top of my head, I would think that the Shadow Broker was gonna sell Shepard to the collectors. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'd have to look it up.
My name is Shepard, and I'm here to get you off this ship.
I'm not going anywhere with you. You're Cerberus.
Or maybe it was just both the collectors and the Shadow Broker were after Shepard's body. I honestly can't recall.
I'm offering to be your friend. You don't want to be my enemy.
They have a way of ending up dead.
You show up in a Cerberus frigate to take me away somewhere? You think
Right,
I'm
okay.
stupid?
Okay, good. Yeah.
This ship is going down in flames. I've got the only way out. I'm offering to take you with me, and you're arguing.
We could just knock her out and take her.
I'd like to see you try.
Right, yeah.
It might just come to that.
You'll have to kill me. Look, you want me to come with you? Make it worth my while.
Tell me what you're thinking.
I bet your ship's got lots of Cerberus databases. I want to look at those files, see what Cerberus has got on me. You want me on your team? Let me go through those databases.
I'll give you full access.
Shepard, you're not authorized to do that.
Oh, it upsets the cheerleader. Even better. You better be straight up with me. So why the hell are we standing here?
Move out.
Miranda's and Jack's friendship has begun.
Welcome to the Normandy, Jack. I'm Miranda, Shepard's second in command. On this ship, we follow orders.
Tell the Cerberus cheerleader to back off, Shepard. I'm here because of our deal.
Yeah, Brown, I have decided, but I'm not gonna reveal it before it happens. But I made up my mind. Timeless? Yeah, sure. A good story. When a story is good enough, I think it's always timeless.
Get settled in, and I'll give you access soon.
Right. Might want to hurry on that. You know the damage I can do inside a frigate?
Do I need to put her in the holding cells? Just to be safe?
Yeah. No thanks, precious. I'll find my own place, somewhere near the bottom. I don't like through traffic. Don't keep me waiting, Shepard.
Yeah, it's been planned. Greatest cat fight in the Mass Effect franchise? Greatest cat fight in the history of video games. I think they it's kind of nice how they dealt with that in the Citadel DLC as well. They're sort of picking on each other, but they're sort of also friends, you know, like reluctant friends. They don't really hate each other. You have your own hopes of who it is. Well, you can tell me if you want. But yeah. I've made up my mind. Hey, Nog. What's up? Welcome back. Nice. All the weapon upgrades feel so much more significant now. Typically I've been upgrading assault rifles from my teammates only, but now I can feel myself grow even more powerful, and the incentive to get these upgrades is greater. I just feel a little squishy. I would love some more health and shield upgrades. I feel like I can't stick my head out too much or I will go down. And that's it for now. So, since Horizon triggers immediately after the next recruitment mission, it's the only one we have left of the first batch. I'm gonna leave that for next stream, so we don't have to, you know, have Horizon triggered and then just leave it hanging. And like I said, I will stream tomorrow. I will have to, well, if you have the opportunity to stay in chat for a bit after the stream, I'm gonna check when I get off work